Johnny Bones Jones made an interesting tweet over the weekend. Have you guys seen it? Let's have a look. If Alex Pereira became champion of the heavyweight division, would you guys consider him the GOAT? Being back in the gym has got me thinking differently. That fight after Stipe may be the next biggest move I could possibly make. This killer has already defeated so many champions and is already considered a legend to millions around the world. The most massive fight the UFC could make. Give Alex a chance to avenge all those great Brazilian champions I have defeated. Okay, the narrative that I personally don't like is Jon Jones is afraid of Tom Aspinall. First of all these guys are professional fighters. This is what they do for a living. They spar every day, almost every day. Some of them spar once a week, whatever, but they spar people in the gym. They're not afraid of fighting anyone. Like, as long as you're in the same weight class, even if you're in a different weight class, they're not afraid to fight anyone. This is what they do for a living. And then you're saying Jon Jones, that is considered the GOAT amongst every fighter in the world. Most people consider Jon Jones the GOAT. Let's forget about the outside the ring shenanigans now. You know what I mean? Let's talk about just inside the ring, skill to skill, man to mano. Jon Jones is arguably the GOAT for most people. Even Dana White said it. He's still saying it today. Most new fans might not have seen Jon Jones fight recently and stuff. He hasn't really been active for the last 3, 4, 5 years. But years before that, man, the guy was beating people up very easily. The guy is just so good that people that know the story, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't tell me a guy like that is afraid to fight anyone. It's just not happening. Like, obviously, Jon Jones has to fight Stipe Miocic. Last year in November, he was supposed to fight Stipe Miocic to defend the heavyweight strap. But we all know what happened. He tore his pectoral muscle, so he couldn't fight. So they had to find a new main event for that. He's been out now for over 6 months. So I think he's going to be back soon because apparently he's training and then he's getting ready to come back and they're going to make that Stipe Miocic fight again. So back to the tweet again, like, why do I think Jon Jones is tweeting this? I think what he's doing, obviously he has to win Stipe first. He has to win Stipe. Stipe is no joke. Stipe is probably the best heavyweight champion in the UFC till today. So he has to win Stipe first. So why do I think he tweeted that tweet? I think he tweeted that because there's a few reasons. Like, Jon Jones knows he probably only has a couple of fights left realistically. The guy has done everything. He's done this, done that. There's nothing else to really prove if you think about it. So I think he's trying to pick his poison at this stage. He's trying to pick the fight that he knows will get him the most money. And let's be honest, Alex Pereira has only been in the UFC for 3 years. The guy has won 2 belts. He's won the middleweight and he's won the light heavyweight belt. And he wants to come up to heavyweight as well to win 3 belts. That's going to be history in the making. They could actually promote this fight like so big that it's going to be so massive. It could actually be right about it being the biggest fight that UFC could possibly make. It is possible. I know Alex Pereira is not the guy in line for the heavyweight. It's obviously Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is the interim champion. So he obviously deserves a go at Jon Jones. But I think Jon Jones thinking, as I said, he's thinking more of the best fight he can get, not necessarily the best fighter in the division or something like that. He's just thinking more of big fights. He wants to fight Stipe. That's a big fight, massive fight. He wants to fight Alex Pereira. That would be a massive fight. So in order to keep Jon Jones stay around, I think he just wants the big fight. And I think UFC might oblige, to be honest with you. Tom Aspinall, of course, he's a good fighter. He's a great fighter. He's a complete fighter. I don't even know what to say much about Tom Aspinall. We all know how good he is. There's no doubt about it. I don't even think Tom Aspinall himself thinks Jon Jones is afraid of him. He definitely doesn't think that. He knows Jon Jones is not afraid of no man alive. No one is afraid of anyone. Like, you know what I mean? Regardless, I just want to see Jon Jones stick around. That's all I care about. Let him stick around for like a couple of more fights. Not too much. I don't want him to get knocked out neither. I want him to kind of keep that legacy of the undefeated. Like, seriously, like, let me know what you guys think about this because I think it's all right. I wouldn't mind seeing the fight, Jon Jones, Alex Pereira. I don't know how it's gonna go, but if that fight actually happens, I'm 100% gonna make a video about it. But for now, it's nice to fantasize about it. I just want Jon Jones to stick around for another 4 or 5 fights. Nothing more. Just pick the best fights people want to see. Maybe fight twice a year for the next 3 years or something like that. And just give the fans what we want because we haven't really seen him in a while properly. So it's gonna be nice to just see him get back into the winning column, get back into the swing of things and get it going. Thumbs up and subscribe and see you at the next video.